It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and we're back using the iPhone. I tried to use my new GoPro in this conservatory, but for whatever reason, even though we got a glass roof and glass walls and it seems light enough, the iPhone performs so much better in low light. I didn't even think this was low light. There's no lights on, but the GoPro really struggled. If you've seen some of the videos lately, it really struggles. So I'm not going to send it back. I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to just use it for all of my kind of outdoor stuff. And I'm going to use it like I use my GoPro 6, and kind of like I used to do stuff in the car, and I used to do stuff walking about and visiting things, and I'm going to do a lot more of that on the channel coming shortly. It is a downside with the iPhone. I can't see what I'm recording, but I got used to that over time. Can't see how long I'm recording for. All I can see is a reflection in the glass window behind me that I'm kind of in shot. But the light is better, and some people were saying the sound is better as well. So on to today's video then. It's not just all about the GoPro. We have a bottle of Weihenstephaner Pils to show you. Half-litre bottle, 5.1% ABV. Gold bottle cap with the white Weihenstephaner label there, or the branding on the bottle cap there. Really excited for this one. I really like Weihenstephaner. I think their beers are just absolutely fantastic. I did put some lighting up out here to try and improve things, but then that just made things flash. The whole video was flashing with the GoPro. And the other thing as well, while I pour the beer out, is you buy something, don't you, I bought it for the headline act that it recorded 5.3K at 60 frames a second. Now, I spent about half an hour yesterday watching YouTube videos on how to improve a GoPro in low light. But my issue with that is every single person that I watched said, oh, you need to turn turn it down like maybe 4K at 30 frames a second. Well, I'm thinking to myself, I might as well have bought a GoPro 10 then, like a second-hand cheap one, if I'm not going to use this GoPro at 5.3K at 60 frames a second. It's a bit like you're hamstrung, isn't you? It makes it kind of like a hamstrung process. And why have I then spent £400 on this bit of kit and I'm not using it to its full potential? So probably the best thing to do for the low light was to reduce the 4K for the kind of 5K 30, but I'm not getting full potential out of it then, am I? So I'm just going to use it for outdoors. I'm going to have an outdoor GoPro camera. I'm going to do a lot more in the future going out and about. But anyway, here we go. 2-finger white head on the beer. Good levels of carbonation. Straw coloured beer, nice and clear. Let's get the aroma. Love a Weihenstephaner beer. There's no sediment. Of course, the Pilsner, there's no sediment here. It's interesting because just yesterday I reviewed the Helles Lager from Weihenstephaner, so today we're doing the Pilsner, so this should be a little bit more bitter. Let's get the aroma. Just gets my mouth salivating straight away. All of my camera blues have been put behind me straight away. Oh, that is fantastic. Stinging nettle, peppery, spicy, little bit of kind of light wheat, wafer malts coming through. Smells fantastic. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a fantastic, fantastic beer. Now, fresh off the back of that Helles lager, the original Helles review yesterday, there is a difference. There is a difference in the beer. I would say, I didn't really use the word crispy yesterday when describing the Weihenstephaner Helles lager, but I'm going to use the word crispy with a capital C. I nearly said K then, well, it might be K. However way you want to spell crispy. I'm going to use the word crispy. It is super crispy. It is just on point. Almost like a samurai sword. Like the Helles lager would be more of a kind of a butter knife. And this is like a razor sharp samurai sword. It's sharpened. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a sharpened Helles lager from Weihenstephan. It's just more crispy, more refreshing. Now, don't get me wrong, the Helles lager was very refreshing, was very good. But this is, whether they've changed the hops out, whether they're using a different style of German hop here, but it's just on point. This is just on point. This is the type of beer, you've had a really tough week in work, and you're kind of wondering what it's all about and why you do the things you do and all this. And then you grab hold of this on a Friday afternoon when you've had that tough week and you have your first mouthful. And you quickly realise it all just fades away, you know, it all just evaporates. It's light and crispy on the one side, wafer-like malts coming through, a little bit of sweetness over there, but then the bitterness on the beer, the bitterness is fantastic. And the more I'm drinking it, the more the IBU, the International Bittering Units, the bitterness of this beer is coming through. It's much more prominent in terms of bitterness compared to the Helles lager. I wish I had another 2 bottles so I could do a side by side, like the Helles versus the Pilsner, because I think it would be less confusing for you guys, because you might be watching this months apart. This is the beauty of YouTube, is that it's a library of videos, but you might watch the Helles video in March and then watch the Pilsner video in June or July, and it's like a different kind of reference point, so it might be kind of like confusing for you. But please watch the Helles lager review that I've reviewed of the Weihenstephaner, and you'll kind of get an idea of, because in my mind it was just yesterday. It was just yesterday. Now I love a Helles. I absolutely love a Helles. It's one of the fastest growing kind of lager styles in the world, is Helles lager, and I can really appreciate that, and I can understand why. I sat in Germany in Brewery Uberquell's bar a couple of years ago in Hamburg, drinking fresh Helles lager from an outside fermenter, literally opening a tap and having cold blooming beer straight from a fermenter in the middle of August in a beer garden at the brewery was one of the most brilliant experiences of my life. And that was one of the reasons why I completely fell head over heels for German lager. So I do love Helles lager, but this feels like this Weihenstephaner Pils feels like the Rolls Royce of Pilsners. You can have some Pilsners and you're thinking, this is great, this is refreshing, this is fantastic. But this feels like another level. This feels like an elevated, the type of thing that you go, right, Christmas is coming, which beers am I going to drink Christmas Day? And it's this type of thing. I'd order 6 bottles of this Pils. Just crack on and enjoy. It is fantastic. A fantastic beer. From the world's oldest brewery, by the way. They've been around since 1040. Which is like 2023. It's like 1,000 years, isn't it? 1,063 years. 5.1% ABV, nothing really kind of in English here. Hops, malt, yeast and water. Conforms to the German Weihenstephan. Yeah, rating 10 out of 10. Easy 10 out of 10 for me. One of the finest Pilsners I've ever drunk on the channel or in my life. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.